Okay, this is just going to be a quick one. I want to talk about some of the issues I ran into in the last two runs, and also my plans for the future of this challenge run. So these zones in the Northeast, I'm going to eliminate from my potential spawn points. And the reason for that is I want to avoid the repetition. In the last two episodes, we've gone to the farmhouse and we've looted it, and we've been to Thompson Crossing and we've looted that. And I just think if I spawn up here again, we're just going to be doing the same things again for a third time. And it's just not going to be very interesting. So we're going to be spawning in the left-hand side of the map. And I'll probably talk more about that at the beginning of the next run. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is the problems that I've run into with the location of the sun. So I think there are 5 maps total where the sun rises and sets in the wrong location. And this is a known issue, and Hinterland, as far as I can tell, it's not a priority for them to fix it. I believe what happened was before these zones were all connected, they had the earlier zones and they were already laid out in a certain way. And so when they went to connect all of this, some of those zones were turned the wrong way. So for instance, if you go to Mystery Lake and look at the sunrise and you say, okay, that's east, and you go that way, you will not wind up over here. You will go towards Forlorn Muskeg. So effectively, the sun rises in the west when you're in Mystery Lake. Okay, another detail about the maps. These two zones here are transition zones, and they aren't present in the zone selection map at the beginning of the game. So if you go look at that map, it actually looks like these two zones are next to each other. And it's not actually clear from this map if that's the case. It's possible that to get to Mystery Lake, I actually would have had to travel more like south to get here and then go over there. So as you'll see in a minute, I was primarily exploring to the northwest and north. So there's no chance that I was going to find this down here. So let's skip ahead in this. This is my this is episode 4, the last one in my first run. Let's skip ahead to where I step outside on this morning. But let's go. And I want to take a look at the position of the sun. Flag looked like some sort of animal over there for a while. Okay, so here we can see the sun just starting to rise. And I did not do this in a very accurate way. I kind of just turned around and said, okay, that's the other way. And I'll show you what I should have done instead. However, the big problem here is that this isn't even east, because the whole zone is rotated off from what it should be relative to the other maps. So this is actually more like southeast. And so off at the right-hand side of the screen here is roughly east. And further off the screen is, I think I said the wrong thing. No, that's right. This is east. This is southeast. To the right of that would be south. It's important to get these things right. And then to the right of that would be southwest. So if we skip ahead a little bit more, actually I think I turned around too much. Let me just watch this. Which means the west is... Okay, so I've turned around, and this is the other thing that I wanted to point out. What I should have done was taken a landmark like this, started there, and walked towards the sunrise. And then after a bit, I could have turned around, and then this would have pointed me in the direction of west. Now, that would still be wrong, of course, because of the map rotation, but I probably would have ended up with a closer result to at least what I should have gotten if the sun was in the right position. And this is the big problem with this map issue, is that there's already plenty of mistakes that you can make, and to just add this compounding nonsense of the sun not even being in the right direction is just kind of irritating. So if we watch a little further, that way, I start to look over here, and now we can see that I probably should have just been heading down this road, which would have been more towards the, we'll just say roughly southwest, and possibly would have led me to the transition to the zone that I was trying to reach. Instead, I got the idea that this over here to the right was sort of towards roughly west, and so I headed that way. And things did not go well, largely as a result of that. So, there will be a new run starting soon. The first episode might even come out today. I think I'm just going to call that season 2. So we will just let season 1 end here. This will be the Cursed Pleasant Valley season, and we'll just move on. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to starting the next run. So I hope I'll see you in that one.